joining me, Kelly McHugh. I'm the founder of Digital Yoga Academy. So today we're talking about online courses and you feeling ready to launch yours. Okay, so perhaps launching your very own online yoga course is something that you've been thinking about for some time, but you've been waiting for the magical moment when you suddenly feel ready. And unfortunately, that moment never arrives. Like, it just doesn't happen like that. So you may be spending time researching and thinking and planning and going around in circles of, researching and thinking and planning because you don't think that you're ready to actually get started. And what happens is you end up procrastinating. So if you leave things too long, or if you leave things, if you just spend so much time in the kind of planning stage, really that becomes procrastination because it's planning for planning's sake. And it's less scary to stay stuck than to take action and actually risk failing, because failing feels scary, right? So you're never going to feel completely ready to do anything that's related to growth. And, when you decide to just go ahead with something anyway and to actually start taking action anyway, like even when you don't feel ready, you figure it out, like you make it work. If you've been sitting on this whole idea around creating an online course, but you're telling yourself that you're not ready yet, and maybe you're spending time researching online and you're going around in circles and you're just not quite there yet. If you are keeping yourself stuck for the fear of failure and not wanting to fail, so you just literally do nothing, you don't take action. And I know this because it's been my own experience, and I know that you have the ability to do this, like to move through those fears. And there's definitely signs that will tell you that you are ready. However, our fears and limiting beliefs can sometimes overshadow these signs. So I just want to touch on this first so that you can recognize if you're holding yourself back with these fears and limiting beliefs. Okay, so we're going to just have a look at that first of all. And these are common ones. Like, these are things that I hear many times from teachers who are telling themselves that they're not ready. And the first is telling yourself that you need to know more because perhaps you think you're not expert enough, or you haven't done enough teacher trainings yet. I need to do that teacher training first before I can create my course on this topic. And what this actually is fear trying to keep you safe and trying to keep you from feeling like a fraud or an imposter, by putting your course out there because you don't know enough yet. And I think for all of us, we'll never really feel like we know enough. You're always going to be learning, and you won't know absolutely everything that there is to know. That's a fact, And actually, going through the process of creating your online course will help you to fill in any gaps in your knowledge, because you'll be learning as you create your course. So it actually forces you to get the knowledge that you have in your head and to put that knowledge down onto paper so that you can see exactly what you do know and you can see what you need to learn about. So what this does, and it's really interesting, but what it does is it helps you to become a better teacher, to become a better guide, a better leader, a better business owner, because you're going through this process of learning. As you create your course, you're learning more and more and more. And you need to ask yourself, what's more important here? That you know enough to actually get started, or that you help your students to get results. And that's your goal, isn't it? Your goal is to help your students get to a transformation. And that transformation is likely something that you've been through yourself. Like, it's likely a transformation that you've had for yourself. So you've actually already experienced this, and you know what you've experienced. And that's enough. Like, that's enough to help someone else experience the same. Something else that you might be telling yourself as a reason, why you're not ready yet, is that your community isn't big enough yet. I think it's really easy to fall into the trap of thinking that your launch, or that launching an online course, means that you have to have a big launch. Okay, you've got to have a 10K launch or a 6-figure launch, because we see that, don't we? We see that happening in the space. We hear about 10K launches, 6-figure launches, and so on. We hear that, but we rarely see the 0 launches or the $500 launches or the 1K launches. Like, they happen too. And they happen for teachers who have taken action and who realized that it's more important to get their online course out there and to learn the process of launching, because it is a process, and, to actually start helping their students sooner. So remember that you don't just launch once, and growing your community is something that's ongoing. So if you make any amount of money and you have a small community, it's actually a sign that you're on the right path. It's a sign that you're doing something right, and you can actually build on that. And so, yes, you do need to have some people in your community. Like, I don't recommend, if you are a new online yoga teacher and business owner and you literally have, 0 students on your email list, 0 followers, I don't recommend that you now start creating and launching a course. But if you are committed to growing your community and you do have a small but engaged following, then you have some people to ask questions to. You've got some people to survey. You've got some people there that you can validate your ideas, and you've got people there to launch something too. And so next time you launch, your community will have grown, and because you'll have the lessons from your first launch, you'll be able to launch bigger and better. And that's how it works. So we have to take action. Like, we have to move forward and move through those fears. And, my first launch, it was 0. It was a big fat 0. But it grew with every launch. And, now our launches are multiple 6 figures, which feels crazy to say out loud, but it's come with years of learning and launching experience. And, there's always going to be gaps in your knowledge that you need to fill, especially in this, ever evolving digital space. So we always have to be coming from a space of being the student ourselves, and learning and learning and learning. And so, there's also this fear of failure. And this can be, such a big thing for us as business owners. And really, it's because we are attached, or we've attached the meaning of that failure to be something about ourselves, to be that, if the launch fails, then it means that I'm a failure. And in reality, this isn't what it means at all. It isn't. We survive, like, we move on, and failure really is about, is actually about learning, isn't it? There's many, many lessons that we can gain from something not working out as we thought it was going to work. And that's there's beauty in that. Like, we have to see the beauty in that because it's telling us something, right? It's showing us what we need to do different next time round. And, you know, we know for the next time, we know what not to do and what we need to do the next time round in order for it to be more successful and to get the results that we're working towards. So there's a few things there to really have a think about and reflect on in terms of what are you telling yourself right now that means or that's resulting in you staying stuck and not moving forward, you know, not moving forward with your dreams. Like, if you have a dream to create an online course so that you can help more people around the world, we don't want to be stuck in our fear, right? We have to make our message and the impact that we want to create in the world much, much bigger than the fear that we have that's holding us back, right? So what about the signs then? What about the signs that you are ready? So I've talked about fear. And I actually believe that when fear arises, like when fear comes up for us, that is actually a sign that you are ready. Okay, so stick with me on this one. Fear tells you that you are in your comfort zone right now and that this goal that you have is outside of your comfort zone. And if we want to grow, we need to always be seeking to move outside of our comfort zone. Fear also means that you care about what you do. You know, I still have fear come up when I'm going into a launch, and it really just means that you care about your online course and what you're putting out there, and you care about your community and you care about it going well. And that's okay, you know, it's your opportunity. When fear comes up, it's your opportunity to move through those fears so that you can impact people's lives. And, you know, ultimately, this is what your purpose is, right? You want to be aligned with your purpose, and something that, you know, this sometimes means doing things that you've never done before and doing things that feel scary, and ultimately moving outside of our comfort zone where we feel safe and secure. You know, the real growth happens when you take that step outside of your comfort zone. So, as I said, I believe that when the fear comes up and we feel that fear, that it's telling you, it's actually giving you a sign that you're ready to take that step. Know that the other side of fear is impact, right? It's learning and it's evolving and it's growing, and that's why we're here. You know, that's why we're here and on this earth. We're here to learn and we're here to evolve and we're here to grow. So I really believe that your fear is a sign that you're ready. A very obvious sign that you're ready is that you keep thinking about it. Like, you keep thinking about the idea that you have for your course topic, and you could even know exactly what you want to create. You might already know what your idea is. Like, you might even have an outline of your idea. And, you know, if you've been listening to me long enough, you've perhaps even thought about, or you've perhaps even gone as deep as like mapping out the transformation that your online course provides so that it actually solves a problem. So if this is you, I want you to listen up, because if you have a course idea and you have an outline and you know the transformation and the results that your students will get because you've done the work on niching and understanding, you know, who your ideal students actually are, you could actually launch your course now. You know, that is how ready you are. Like, if you don't even have to have the course created. That's how ready you are. You could launch now. You can create your course as you go. Like, I've done this many times, launched it before I've even created it. So if this is you, like, let this be the green light. Like, you are 100% ready to move forward. And we would love to support you in doing this inside the Profitable Yoga Teacher. Like, that is what that program is for, so that you have that proven step-by-step framework to launch your course the right way. okay? Because we weren't born with that knowledge. And as I said, like when we have knowledge gaps, we need to understand how we can fill those gaps and get the knowledge and the strategies that we need. But if you don't have the nitty-gritty mapped out, okay, so you don't have the outline or you don't quite understand, what the transformation is, but you're always thinking about this business model and, adding an online course into your business and what that could look like, and you've been doing the work to start growing your community online, okay, perhaps you're in the midst of that and you're committed to doing that, like you've committed to showing up, being visible on social, actually working at growing your community and attracting new people, you're also ready for this, So really, it's about, recognizing the signs, and it's about moving through the fear and the limiting beliefs that tell us we're not ready and that hold us back from taking action and working towards our dreams. Wouldn't it be a great shame to not work towards our dreams because we're just sitting in fear and fear is making us feel stuck, and we're not doing anything to move through that fear. And, if the idea, even if just the idea of having an online course excites you and lights you up, and that you're ready to move, beyond the drop-in classes and you want to actually go deeper with your students, that's a big sign that it's really time to explore this. So, it's about having that excitement inside, around being able to help people on a bigger scale. And I know from, 5 or 6 years now being in this space, doing what I do, that yoga teachers, we want to create impact in people's lives. That's ultimately why we're doing this. Move into this profession because we want to help people. We want to help people to heal. We want to help people to transform. So, your online course allows you to actually do that on a much bigger scale. So that's a huge sign. If you're feeling excited about helping more people, it's a huge sign that you're ready to launch a course. Because even if you don't have any of those other things mapped out that I've talked about, even if you don't know what your course idea is yet, or you haven't created anything, or you're not quite sure on what the problem is that you solve, as long as you're excited, that will give you the fuel that you need to go ahead and actually create and launch your online course. So, I think with this, remember that you'll never feel ready to do something that's going to cause you to move outside and to step outside of your comfort zone and actually grow. This goes for everything in life, right? We'll never feel quite ready for it. And I encourage you to really see this for what it really is, and to focus on the positive signs that you're receiving, and not allow that the voice of self-doubt to overshadow your progress and your success. Okay? Focus on the positive signs that you're receiving. Yeah, because those fears and limiting beliefs can easily overshadow that. So I want to leave a question with you. And you can journal on this or meditate on it. But the question is it more important than that you wait until you're ready and everything's perfectly aligned, or that you get out there and you start helping people sooner rather than waiting around forever? What is actually more important to you? So I want to leave that with you. If you're even watching this right now, if you're even watching this and listening to this right now, it's a big sign that you're ready, that you're here. You're here for this journey and to take that first step. And I encourage you to do that. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me today. And you're probably well aware, but I will let you know anyway, just in case. The wait list for the Profitable Yoga Teacher is open, but it's closing this week. Okay, it's closing this week. So if you are intrigued by this 6-month group coaching program that is all about creating and launching your very own profitable online yoga course, and you want to lock in a $500 discount, I really encourage you to get your name on that list. And there's no, money being exchanged or anything like that just yet. All you're doing right now is just putting your name on the list. So there's lots coming up over the next month. Okay, we have a 3-day event that's going to be coming up at the beginning of June, which I'm really excited about. And we'll be opening the doors for the Profitable Yoga Teacher in June, and the program will be starting in June as well. So if you're interested, get your name on the wait list. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.